with me now behind the scenes to see how millions of these berries get dipped one at a time.
Getting 500,000 fresh, delicate, perishable chocolate strawberries out the door on February 13th, but the rest of the year is a pretty good time.
This was the perfect gift for the upcoming holidays.
You're going to get that call, you're going to get that reaction that you're looking for. That's not just roses, it's not just chocolates, it's the two combined together.
I was destined to sell strawberries for a living. There I was in my one-bedroom apartment, a single woman in a brand new town. I got a $1,500 cash advance on a credit card, and I took my passion and hobby of chocolate dipping strawberries and started a business. I had absolutely no business experience, no business education, but I had a lot of passion. She would make all these fancy desserts for my brother to take into his real estate offices that he was calling on. Well, when I moved to LA, it was 1985, interest rates had just plummeted for the first time in a long time. Remember, they'd been up to like 19%, and now they're down around the 6 and 7% level, and he was so busy. So he had 20 top offices, and he gave me his bottom 10. Well, all these people still expected all this fancy goo at the holidays, and they were my offices now. So Emily was gracious enough to share her recipes with me, and we'd buy the ingredients together and we make everything together. And she's the one that taught me how to dip my beloved berries in chocolate. I loved it, and it became a hobby. And I didn't wait for the holidays to come around. I took the berries in to the real estate agents almost every time I called on their offices. Developed another great system. I'd bring them berries, they'd give me mortgage loans, and be both really happy. So I believe that when you add hard work together with passion, anything is possible, and that is when dreams can become reality. I liked working with numbers and doing mortgage loans, and I learned a lot, but I started thinking about how much time we spend at work, or worrying about work, or preparing for work, that if you don't really love what you do, and you're selling yourself short, and life is short. So again, I found myself in Sacramento. I decided it would be the perfect town to start my berry business in. I believe that being an entrepreneur is something that you are. You were born that way. You know, when life gives you lemons, you make the best, most unique lemonade stand that you can. I remember my first repeat customer. He called me up and he said, "Shari, I sent my wife your basket of berries and she loved them. So now what can I send her?" Like, oh, well, time to start developing the product line. So I thought, well, I keep telling people my strawberries are like a florist, so maybe I can make my strawberries to actually look like flowers. So I developed a strawberry rose bouquet. Each strawberry is on a handmade rose stem with fern and baby's breath in a long, elegant gold rose box. They were so unique, I was able to get them patented. And this is a little drawing that I had to have drawn up for Washington, D.C., but I was able to get a patent on my unique strawberry roses. Brand new thing called the internet. And I wanted to take advantage of it and learn how to ship my berries nationwide on it. So you can imagine how thrilled I was when a young, tech-minded, corporate lawyer approached me with the business deal of a lifetime. I went all in immediately. Well, it only took me about a year to realize that I had trusted the wrong person. I didn't do my due diligence, and I agreed to a very bad business deal, one that could possibly put me below that 51% ownership line, and I could lose my company. And over the next 10 years, I was chipped away at, and chipped away at, and chipped away at, until I did fall below that 51%. And the board of directors voted over me to sell the company off to San Diego-based ProFlowers, and my company was gone. 22 years of blood, sweat, and tears was gone. My heart was broken, and it was the hardest time of my life. I felt like I had lost one of my kids, and I definitely went through a grieving process. But what I learned during this time is that we are going to learn the most during our lifetime through the difficult times in our life. That's when we become the strongest. And what she discovered was that the majority of all successful entrepreneurs have their biggest success right after their biggest failure. I also learned that dipping strawberries in chocolate is what I do, not who I am. And that disappointments in life, well, they're unavoidable. But discouragement is a choice. Because unforgiveness does more harm to the vessel on which it is stored than the object on which it is poured. You have to forgive in order to heal and to move on. During this time in my life, I became a Christian. And I'm so grateful that when my boys were young, I learned the importance of having my priorities in order. My faith has always come first, and then my family, and then my work last. My pastor once said to me, Shari, I've never met anybody on their deathbed that's ever said that they had wished they had spent more time at the office. It's so important to be equally yoked with your mate so you have the same beliefs as you raise your family, and to build your house on a solid rock. That God is much more interested in my character than my comfort. Pruned, refined, pretty painful stuff. But you know, a faith that isn't tested sometimes isn't very reliable. Sitting in a church pew doesn't make you a Christian any more than sitting in a garage makes you a car. So my prayer today for all of you as you go out seeking your careers and your future and your dreams is that you'll always remember that making a living is not the same or as important as making a life. Hello, my name is Shari Fitzpatrick, and I'm a professional strawberry dipper.